A lot of people say they're working hard, but really they're not. Everybody's working hard. The construction worker works hard, the fisherman works hard, the 9-to-5 office worker works hard. But the reason that some people can work the same amount or even less time and make way more money is because they're working much more efficiently. To put it into context, the average salesperson in the United States makes $50,000 per year, while I personally know many salespeople that make over $250,000 per year, or over $500,000 per year, or over $750,000, $1 million per year. Because one salesperson is working hard, the other salesperson is working hard on the right things. There's a book on this exact topic by Gary Keller called The One Thing. If you haven't read it yet, I would read it. But there's a quote in that book that goes, your work life is divided into two things, the things that matter and everything else. And what he's talking about is that there's many different things you can be doing in your job throughout the day, whether you're a salesperson or entrepreneur, and most of it doesn't matter. There's only one or two, maybe three things that actually really drive the business forward. And the more time you spend doing those things, the faster your business is gonna grow, or the more money you're gonna make. To use salespeople as an example again, the average salesperson works 90 minutes a day. That's it, 90 minutes. And you might think, how is that possible? How is the average salesperson only working 90 minutes a day? I mean, that's literally an hour and a half. But the reality is the salesperson drives to work, they're at the water cooler, they're talking to all their buddies, they're getting their coffee in the morning, and then they're maybe checking their emails for some personal stuff, they're doing some online shopping. Customer walks in, they talk to them for 10 minutes, boom, they've only worked 10 minutes so far, and it's already almost lunchtime, right? The only time that in the sales example, the only time the salesperson is working is when they're talking to a prospect that doesn't already have the product and they qualify for the product and they could potentially buy the product, or they're trying to get referrals out of a past customer. But the only really time that they're working is when they're talking to a new prospect. So a lot of times salespeople will be like, oh, I gotta go clean my car, I gotta go take an hour and a half for lunch, or I gotta go call my mom or call my friend in the middle of the day. And it seems like just because they're sitting at their desk or they're on the clock that they're actually working, but they're not unless they're actually talking, prospecting, and talking to someone who could potentially buy their product. So the best salespeople that I know empty their calendar of everything else, and the only thing they do in their working hours is talk to new prospects. That is the salesperson's one thing. For example, when I'm out selling in my business, the only thing that I'm concerned about is talking to new prospects that haven't bought my product. They're a potential buyer, which means they're not just gonna waste my time, and they can qualify for my product. If they're not gonna qualify, they're gonna fail credit, whatever, I'm wasting my time. I'm not actually working. I'm just having a leisure conversation. So at the end of the day, that results in Johnny working 8 hours and me working 8 hours, but really Johnny only worked 90 minutes and I actually worked for 8 hours, which means I did, 5 times the amount of work that he did in the same amount of time. So if you want to talk about like work-life balance, I'm getting so much more done in the same 8 hours. That means I can take more vacations. I can spend more time with my family because I'm more efficient in the same amount of hours as Johnny has. The other part of thinking that you're working hard, but you're really not, is for a lot of entrepreneurs, they're working on tasks throughout the day that someone would be happy and more than willing to get paid minimum wage to do. So that's like taking calls, doing paperwork stuff, any of the little things that it doesn't take you as the visionary, the entrepreneur to do, then you should hire someone else to do it. If someone is willing to do it for $10 for minimum wage, then you should have them do it because there's people looking for jobs that are minimum wage and you can be focused on things that are actually driving the needle in your business. So the way that I evaluate this is if the tasks that I'm working on throughout the day, I realize I can hand off to someone else for minimum wage or 20 bucks an hour, 25 bucks an hour, then I'm gonna do it because my hourly rate, the amount that I can earn per hour doing other things is higher than that. Then I'm gonna hire those things away so I can do more of the higher dollar per hour tasks. So whatever business you're in, whether you're a salesperson, you're an entrepreneur, you own a business, then try to find out where this can relate into your business. Where are you doing tasks that someone else can do, or where are you spending time throughout the day where you're not actually doing the one thing that matters most? And you might be telling yourself that you are. So you're getting your car washed every day, you're taking way too long on lunches or something like that. Whenever you're not working on the one thing that actually drives your business forward, then you're not actually working. So be hard on yourself and like evaluate yourself by the hour, and you'll find out, how can I work 100x more efficiently going into the next month. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe.